Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to talk about Gary Gensler and DeFi, and this draws from an article from CoinDesk. Now, DeFi is probably going to be regulated as a security. Remember the Crypto Rider Amendment? Even the changes to it doesn't really exempt DeFi. It exempts miners, validators, software developers, and wallets. Nothing about DeFi and DEXs. And even though the mighty Gary Gensler is a bane on crypto investors, he actually does have a point here. So a lot of the DeFi kids will say, don't worry, he can't regulate DeFi. It's decentralized, therefore you can't regulate it. And if they geofence it, we'll just use VPNs. Not so fast, kids, because a lot of DeFi we know isn't either D or Fi. Oh, they are Fi, yes. They're finance, but they're not really decentralized. Therefore, they can regulate it. Gary Gensler actually says there usually is a core group of people writing the software and arranging governance and fees. And if you have that, it's really not DeFi. If a core group of people controls most of the coins, or actually controls most of the nodes, or has some kind of god keys, which a lot of DeFi projects actually do have, it's not really DeFi. I mean, Uniswap we thought Uniswap was decentralized, but the thing is it's not fully decentralized because they actually they actually said they could actually prevent some coins from getting listings that they thought were too scamish. If you can prevent some coins from getting listings, that means you're not really that the D part of DeFi really isn't there. So even a lot of DEXs, a couple of people do have controlling power over. And the thing is, you could say they're decentralized because they have a decentralized system of governments and nodes. But if one party controls most of the nodes, then it's really not decentralized. And I think that's what most DeFi actually is. The reason that you've been seeing a lot of rug pulls in DeFi is because they're not decentralized. And so this thing of you can't regulate DeFi, it's decentralized, and then saying Gensler can't do what he says, I think it's a complete misunderstanding because DeFi itself, it might sound cool and decentralized, but it's not actually that cool or decentralized. A lot of it is basically a money laundering pit at this point. And to get it to really where we want it to be will take a lot of work. And the thing is, even some of the biggest DEXs that we thought were decentralized exchanges can actually have centralized elements. They can prevent certain coins from getting on. And there's also this practice of establishing nonprofit foundations to manage a system. But a lot of times the systems do have backdoors. They do have God keys. And, it's one group of people who manage the system and control the system. So basically, that's not really decentralized. And the same thing of governance tokens. If the party that's issuing the governance tokens retains most or a large part of the governance tokens, it's not really decentralized either. And that makes it easier for the authorities to go after. So DeFi that's truly DeFi'd can't really be regulated. But since most DeFi isn't actually DeFi, it can be regulated. So I think a lot of people who are invested in DeFi are all hype about DeFi are actually going to be hurt by regulations because they're going to soon find out when the SEC comes after these projects that they indeed aren't really decentralized and the SEC can indeed regulate them. Now, no matter what you think about Gary Gensler, he does have a point when he says DeFi isn't really DeFi'd. He does have a point when he says, there is a core group of people that basically control a lot of things in DeFi. And he can actually regulate DeFi. So be aware of that. If you're investing in DeFi, you need to be aware of that. You can't just be blissfully ignorant and be like, he can't regulate it. It's decentralized because, as we've discovered, it's not decentralized. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.